music right there was introduced to me by Bobby Corley, who's in the studio with us right now. Bobby is the owner of Deep South Event Promotions, and the band is Copper Gypsy, and I believe everybody from the band is in the studio right now. Bobby, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
Where are you? Way down there on that other microphone, the distant microphone. Yeah, you are really with a group of talented guys. I mean, these guys, I mean, you know, it reminds me of everybody. If I start naming names, you're going to say, oh, yeah, everybody says that. But you know who came to mind was, not with this song necessarily, but the Alan Parsons Project. Anybody here like the Alan Parsons? Yeah?
Absolutely. I know him. I did some recording of it.
Oh, yeah, you did? Yeah. So introduce everybody to us. Let's see. I have the names here. Let me see. Terry Thomas.
Right here.
You're Terry?
Yes, sir.
Good to meet you. Have I met any of you before?
No, I don't think
okay.
so.
All right. Robbie Benjamin.
Right here, sir.
Hey, Robbie. Oh, I'm trying to remember everything.
Yes, sir.
Tim Hall. You're Tim. Don McCormick.
Right here.
And I'm missing the second guy. What's your name?
Pagan.
Thomas Pagan.
Pagan?
Yep, Thomas Pagan.
Pagan?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not a good name to have.
Oh, yeah.
Thomas.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's very good.
Thomas Pagan. Okay.
I wouldn't take any other one.
I know. Well, there's a guy who does a peanut show, and he always says the peanuts are pagan. And I said, well, that's terrible. I didn't know that.
Well, it's in Dragnet.
Dragnet?
Yeah, there were pagans, people against goodness and something else. It was in the movie.
Okay.
It's in the Bible. We're heathens. I mean, we got bikers named after us.
Oh, we have some really great holidays from you, too. Well, thank you all for coming in. How long have you all been a band together?
Well,
Copper Gypsy was founded in 2006, and we played the Leesburg Bike Fest and Leesburg Mardi Gras, and we're on our way, but internal band strife kind of blew it up, and then the primary lyricist, which was bass guitar player for the band, passed away, so it kind of went to the wayside.
Okay.
And I just kept on writing music and looking for somebody, and I let Robbie take it from there.
Yeah, well, I'd been playing back in my early 20s, back in the late 80s, early 90s, playing around Florida with Pagan, my drummer. We've been together about 26
Pagan is
years.
the drummer. See, that makes sense to me.
Yes. About 26
I'm teasing.
years.
I'm just going to keep on. You get it everywhere, don't you?
I'm a drummer, not a biker. I'd be dead if I was a biker.
Me too.
And I went online to a lot of the musician billboards trying to find something. And I came across Terry's music, and I really liked his hooks, and so I contacted him through his website, and he gave me a call. It was, I guess it was the winter of 14, about November-ish, and we couldn't get together till after the holidays, but I think in January we finally got together. I drove out to his house. We just stood in the living room with his acoustic, and I sang into the room, and we just felt something, and it started working really good. We started writing together. He writes, I write. I'm the main lyricist, I guess, but we both compose, the music, and it's just been clicking, and we're really pleased because when you're young trying to do this, it's. We didn't have the internet back then.
Yeah, right.
It's a lot different. The game's a lot different. It gives us a little bit more of a chance to do things on our own. So
the band, all of you, are good on every level that a band should be good on. And I say that because sometimes you have a band and all the musicianship is really good. They're good singers, they're good bass players, they're good drummers. It's not often that you have everybody coming together and they're good at everything. And the fact that you're even doing original songs, I mean, that even puts you another notch up there.
Well, we appreciate that.
Is it completely originals?
All originals, yes, sir.
Everything's original.
Yes, sir.
What was the CD you handed me while I was playing?
That was the second mix that we just got back from the mastering company in Ohio.
Okay.
And it's going to sound much better for your listeners if you...
if I play this one instead of that one?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The only problem is...
You already uploaded the other one, but that's okay.
The problem is, in order to play that, I'll have to use the same computer I'm videotaping you with right now. So.
Oh, no.
Well,
Yeah.
then don't worry about it. Then. That's
They
fine.
sound fine. They sound fine.
they-
And you always get to listen to it again later.
It's on radio anyway.
Well, we'll leave that with you. So at a later time, if folks call in and want to hear some of the music again, you could play.
I want to ask you where you're playing, but there was one song called "Breathe 320."
Yes, sir.
I want to play that one because Bobby was telling me there's an interesting story behind that. The story behind. Do you want me to play it first and then the story?
Unless you want a quick synopsis before. Basically,
let me
it's
see.
you tell me whatever you'd like.
Yeah, you tell it a little bit first because I want the audience. And I have a question about the 320.
Yeah, most people do. How come it's not 420? No, it's what we usually do.
I listened to the song a few times. I said to Robin, "Where's
There
the
you go,
320?"
Rob.
I'll explain that after the song.
You want me to play it? Okay. This is just a little bit because as a talk show, we don't want to play whole songs.
Sure.
But hopefully the listeners will be able to get the
Basically, it's about an out-of-body experience. We have a friend that almost passed away in a motorcycle accident.
Are you all bikers? Oh no,
No.
I know bacon isn't.
Oh, you
Well,
are.
I drive.
I just
but
wear the name.
You what?
I ride a little bit, but that's about it.
Robin is a biker chick from days gone by.
Oh, decades ago. Decades ago.
All right, here we go. Here, this is "Breathe 320."
Why don't I know where I am now? Feels like I've lost control somehow. Don't know where I'm going, not sure what that light is hanging over me. All I know is that I am floating and down below I see man. Won't somebody please help me Is that you I see through that haze on shore? Seems like you're reaching for me, can't be sure.
All right, I do want to play the whole thing, but I can't. All right, let's see. That is Copper Gypsy. Copper Gypsy's in the studio right now. And who's the singer on that song?
That would be me,
That's you.
Robbie. Yes, sir.
You've got a great way of delivering a song.
Thank you.
Do you? You know what I like too about the arrangement, I guess is what you would say, is the fact that the first part is kind of gentle, and then all of a sudden it all comes in.
Yeah, well, that's kind of become a staple of ours.
And I think the third one we're going to play does that even greater.
Yeah, that's probably our most produced song. Is the third one, and it's kind of become a signature of ours. We're starting to come into our own a little bit, and the songs are starting to tie together by some of the little things that are important in a song. So
Where does the name come from? Copper Gypsy. Anybody want to?
Well, basically, I got it over the internet. I was doing a search, motorcycles and such, and found that it was really interesting. Back in World War I, they used motorcycles quite extensively and behind the battle lines and what have you. And then after World War I was over with, all the motorcyclists say, well, we still like riding bikes and we would like to get to do something.
Yeah.
So they created what's called a Gypsy Run. And this Gypsy Run ran between like Michigan and somewhere out west and back again.
Oh, okay.
And
I believe the first one was 1919.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then the Copper Gypsy Runs because it had a copper medal that went to one of the winners, and it said Copper Gypsy.
Oh, a little award for.
Oh, nice.
To your right, Tim? Tim? Who's
Terry.
Tim? Who's Tim? You're Tim. You're Tim. I have met you before, haven't I? You came in here with
Paul Stone.
Yes. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Okay. Well, good to see you. And you're the bass player?
Yes.
And wow, so this is awesome. How long have you been with Copper Gypsy?
Just a few months.
Just a few months.
Yeah.
Wow, you hit the jackpot.
I did.
I mean, this is a great group to be with, right?
It is. It really is.
Wow. And did you guys felt the same way? You hit the jackpot with
Oh,
Tim?
absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
Tim, we had been fortunate enough to meet Tim previous to him coming into Copper Gypsy, and played with him and Bobby as well. And we just thought, we were having a hard time finding that final piece for the band, bass player, because our motto is, you can walk on water, but if your attitude isn't right, we're not interested in you. I mean, you could be the greatest musician in the world, but if you're not laid back.
Why? Is there a lot of ego problems in the music
my
world?
gosh. Oh, that's a whole nother show.
I'm
but-
teasing. I'm teasing. But you guys seem to. I mean, you've been around the block a few times, so
Yeah.
so that
Yes,
issue
sir.
is probably behind you. I'm guessing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We've got the final lineup together now, and we are in the studio finishing our first album up, and we're getting plays in Australia and Poland and Russia and China. Our Google Analytics tell us.
So is hometown last to find you? Is the typical story?
That's probably what's going to
Yeah,
happen.
yeah.
Yes,
That's
sir.
usually the way it is. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Thomas, I have a question for you. You're the drummer, Thomas Pagan, right? Did I write it right?
Pagan's good enough.
Can I ask you? You look like you've been around a while.
Yes,
Like
I have.
like we all have. No, I'm asking this for a
You
reason.
can come right out and say it. You
No,
know,
no,
it's
because I'm asking
You didn't
for
think
this-
we were going to be this old, did you?
No, I did. Bobby told me. I think I'm the same age. We're the same age.
We probably are.
So let me ask you this, because Robin and I were in the studio, in the 70s. And drumming was like, you might as well leave. 2 hours later, the drummer is finally all set up, and all the little, what did they call them again? Noise gates and
Yeah,
everything.
noise gates.
So you could hear one microphone, one drum. Do they still do that, or is that technology changed?
My God. In the 70s, 72, Rush came out, and you had Neil Peart.
Yeah.
Man, listen to those recordings. They're great.
Right.
69, you got Bonham. I mean, you had a bunch of crap out there, but there was a bunch of good stuff, too.
Yeah, yeah.
Very good drummers out there, and there were very good recordings, and it's all analog, not digital,
Right, exactly.
which is a warmer sound.
Yeah. That's one thing about our
Yeah, you're gonna
studio.
have top of the line down to beginners.
So do you mic your
no
drum?
matter what year you're at.
Do you mic the drum old school miking, or do you do what they do today? Whatever they do.
Yeah, I do it old school. I mean, I don't have the rim clips. I use a gooseneck. Off the. I just like the. I don't have skins on the bottom of my drums, so I can mic the bottom of my drums and not have the cymbals bleed through them.
Do you have a pillow in your bass drum?
No, and don't do that. And listen to Carmine Appice on his drum clinic and said, don't ever do that. It's against all kinds of religion, and don't do it. And you have some professionals out there that still want to do that. And it's just, you
Just
don't want
make
you're
sure-
taking away the note of the drum.
Yeah, just
and
make
you're
sure it's a
making
biker pillow. Don't put it in a Disney pillow.
Don't put any pillows in it.
We're also very fortunate.
That's for
to have
sleeping.
An awesome,
Drums are for energy.
That's right.
Pillows are for sleeping.
Don McCormick, we haven't really spoken to you yet. You're the guitarist.
Yes.
That's an integral part. I mean, everything is an integral part. But quite often the guitarist is off to the side and nobody says hi to you. I remember I worked at the Nassau Coliseum in New York when I was much younger, and I remember watching Bad Company. And I never bought a Bad Company record in my life. So it was my first time really seeing them. And the guy who all the girls were screaming at was at the microphone. The guy my eyes went to was to the left. It was this guy just playing a guitar, and it was like the best thing I ever saw.
Tearing it up.
Yeah, tearing it up.
Just having a
Yeah.
good old time.
Yeah, yeah.
No, that's basically what I do too. Is just have a little fun with it, throw it up in the air. And I joined the band not just recently myself, 6 months ago?
Yeah.
About
Yeah.
6 months
About 6
ago. So
months,
I'm just
yeah.
coming in,
Wow.
and I'm really enjoying it.
Well, you
I
guys
came
are-
from a little different background, a little hotter edge music, but I really like this. a
Hotter
lot.
edge?
Yeah, a
Like
little,
what?
a little hotter rock, a little into the metals.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we both
Yeah.
do metal bands on the sides.
Yeah.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah.
But this is a great gig. I think you
Oh, this
guys.
is wonderful.
This is like late bloomers. You're gonna.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a big deal for you. I think.
I'm hoping.
Do you feel it?
Well, we're you know it's we're having fun, and fortunately we're not playing for the money. You know, like you try and do when you're young, get on a
That's
little
Bobby's
tour.
job.
and
Bobby's
all
job
that.
is to make sure you play for the money. Yeah.
If it was a matter of what I
funny,
feel, yeah, we'd be already there. But it's a matter
But the
of
reason,
everybody else feels.
yeah, exactly. Well, we were fortunate enough to find an awesome engineer, Alpaca Ranch Recording, Christopher the Wizard Short.
Where's that? Where's that?
That is in Altamont Springs, and I got to tell he's Grammy nominated engineer. He's been doing this for 16 years, and we really owe a lot of how good the music sounds to him.
Absolutely.
He's a master in the studio, and he is making us sound probably better than we actually are.
Did you refer to him as engineer or producer? What is he?
Well, he produces a little bit, but he's mainly the engineer. Terry and I produce the music with Chris, and we also when the other parts are going down, we have the guitarists in when those leads are going in and being mixed, so that they have some input. Pagan has some input on the drums. Pagan is never happy, but that's okay. That's another story.
That's a drummer story.
But Chris has been awesome, and we recommend to any bands in the state of Florida or the Southeast for that matter, go to alpacaranchrecording.com and contact Chris. He is not expensive. He is a master at what he does, and to find a Grammy-nominated guy in a small town like Altamont Springs and get lucky to meet him, and he happened to like our stuff
Nice.
too.
Are you recording on tape or on digital?
Analog and digital. He's got.
So you got the 2-inch tape going?
Oh yes,
Nice.
he's got it all going on, and that's he's awesome.
Let me play a little bit of "Take Me," okay? And before we run out of time, and hear this.
Why can't you change me? Change me now. Why can't you show me? Show me how. You are the one light, the one light. You are my sunrise. And I would be so lost without you in my life. Don't wait this time. We can be one together. Your heart in mine. See with your heart and not your eyes.
That's the part I was waiting for right there. There we go.
In the moonlight.
Wow, nice. Do you have a tendency sometimes to keep it soft, and the guys on the end, you guys bring in the heavier sound? Is that kind of what happens?
Yeah. You hit it right on the nose there. Yeah.
We like to pull that little trick.
That is a nice. I like that. By the way, not to make that a commercial song, but I had a thought while that was playing. Now you got to picture this in your mind, like a Pampers commercial. All right, just ready. Just listen. Listen. The Pampers commercial comes on. There's the baby lying on the little changing table. Right? There's the baby lying on the changing table. Ready? Can you hear it, Robin? Mm-hmm. Okay. Sorry. He's waiting for the diaper.
Why can't you change me?
There you go.
Untapped resource.
You like that?
That's great.
That's good.
That's great.
Yeah.
It took him a while to get there, but he got
That makes sense now.
That song's, you're never going to hear that song the same way again.
No, we're not.
You're going to be laughing. At
Back to the
next show.
studio.
Absolutely.
I can't, no. You send that to Pampers. I'm telling you.
What did you say?
Well, I hope the diaper's on by the time it comes in.
I'm telling you, make some
We
money.
would certainly entertain that if anybody knows the people at Pampers. Have them contact us.
Please, struggling band here.
So where can we see you guys play, and where can we buy the music?
Okay, the music is going to be available. Right now, it's available on iTunes. Breathe 320 is available on iTunes, and to tell you what 320 was, a wave
Oh, yeah,
file.
yeah.
A wave file comes out of the studio as a wave file.
Right.
It has to be converted to MP3.
Gotcha. Right.
There are different bit counts on an MP3, 196, 224.
And we use that same thing here,
256,
so now I know what 320
so
is.
320 is the top of the bit count that you can do for an MP3, and it's kind of like if you imagine the pixels on a camera. The higher the pixel, the more tracks you can hear on the MP3.
Well, better to explain it. An envelope goes up and down like a roller coaster, and 320 bits is the top and bottom of your envelope. And an MP3 cuts the top and bottom off, which you're not supposed to hear, but them 20-year-olds hear it.
They do.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. I can play
That's
it in
why
there.
that's why we put everything at 320, and
Yeah.
that is why we put that little 320, because there are several songs called Breathe by other artists and other genres over the
Gotcha.
years,
Yeah,
and we
that's
wanted
right.
to separate that.
Yeah, yours is
Breathe.
320. Theirs is like a
Correct,
196.
correct.
There's a
Yeah.
62.
And it gets people to ask that question like it always does, and
There
we
you go.
think that's a good thing.
There you go. It means they're listening to your song, too.
Absolutely.
We have a concert date upcoming at DeLand Palooza.
Yes,
You guys will be at?
Delandapalooza.
Yeah, that's why we're wearing these
Saturday-
shirts right here.
Saturday, August 9th. We
Not
go
August,
on,
April.
April 9th,
April.
I'm sorry.
April.
Saturday, April 9th. We go on at 5 o'clock at the Cafe Da Vinci main stage at 5 o'clock. And we hope that everybody comes out and supports the festival. It's 150 bands, 30 stages. They close the whole city down. It's kids friendly. It's very inexpensive. I think tickets are $10 online. If you go to Delandapalooza Tickets, be sure to put Copper Gypsy in the reference box so that we'll get credit if you decide to go to the festival.
Nice.
And but there's a lot of very talented bands that are going to be there. It's a family kind of thing. It's an art festival and a music festival. So if everybody can come out Saturday, we think everybody's going to have a good time. There's going to be jazz and metal and rock and folk rock and all different kinds of music for all different tastes.
It runs from 1 p.m. to 1 a.m.
One day, 1 p.m. to 1 a.m. That is.
Well, it's,
Marvelous.
thank you for coming in here to talk with Bobby Corley. Thank you for introducing us to the band Copper Gypsy, and good luck with everything you're doing. You're the money guy, so you got to make sure they make money now.
Oh, they got it.
There's two ladies behind you that I think agree with me, by the way. Let me see, I have all the names right. Robbie?
Yes, sir.
Robbie Benjamin, thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having us.
Terry, do I have your
Yep,
name right?
Terry
Terry. Tim, good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Thank you for coming in. Thomas Pagan.
Pagan.
Thank you.
Pagan.
Sorry.
Pagan.
Thomas Pagan. And Don McCormick.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you, guys. Good luck
It was
in
a
everything you
blast.
do. Don't be strangers.
Thank you
No,
very
we'll stop
much.
by.
We'll be right back.
Appreciate it.
sunrise. And I would be so lost without you in my life. Don't waste this time. We can be one together. Your heart in mine. See with your heart and not your eyes.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. President Obama urging people to take a stand against extremist groups, speaking at an Easter prayer breakfast.
These attacks can foment fear and division. They can tempt us to cast out the stranger. strike out against those who don't look like us.
Saying the goal of terrorists is to weaken our faith. The man who hijacked a plane to Cyprus ordered held for 8 days.
59-year-old Saif Eden Mustafa admitted to hijacking the domestic Egypt air flight and ordering the pilot to divert it to Cyprus by threatening to blow it up with a fake explosives belt. Mustafa reportedly saying, "What is someone to do when he hasn't seen his wife and children for 24 years, and the Egyptian government won't let him."
Fox Radio's Jessica Gallagher and mourners paying final respects to ex-Toronto Mayor Rob Ford today. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Guys, if you've been using or wanting to try Viagra but are worried about the costs, we have great news. Now you can finally get real results at huge discounts with our Healthy Man alternative to the little blue pill. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get results for a fraction of the price? Call today and get 40 pills for only $99. Others cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us if you want real results at the lowest prices. Never pay $15 a pill for Viagra when you can get real results for less than $3 per pill. Call 800-9